I have this who has done every single thing that I have alleged, and now he's harassing and bullying me. I've spent the past 7 months putting up with it, trying to just do my job, turn a blind eye to it, be quiet, keep my head down. I don't engage with him. I've had enough.
And you were previously employed at Beckville Woodcraft in Maple Ridge, BC, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And an incident of harassment occurred while you were working there, correct?
Yes, by a man named Arnie Wood.
Okay. Can you explain to us the initial incident that occurred?
Sure. We were all out at a work function, the AMAC Awards Gala, and Arnie was pretty drunk that night, and he kept coming up behind me and grabbing my butt, which made me super uncomfortable.
So was that the only time, or what happened when you got back to work?
He actually did it again in the shop 3 days afterwards. I was bent over at the chop saw, and he came up behind me and he poked/grabbed my butt again. But then the innuendos and the flirtations and the disgusting things he was saying to me was getting worse. So I finally did go to my boss, and that's when the bullying began, because my boss didn't do anything.
Okay, so what were some of the things that this Arnie did to you during this time?
He glued my toolbox down. He used to bring big dead bugs from home, and he would put them in my toolbox to try and scare me. He would steal my tools. I know he sent cartoons to my boss about keeping women out of the workforce. He drew disgusting pictures of me and shared them with all the guys. He used to say that I was going to be a MILF if I ever had a baby. He would always tell me how hot he thinks I am. And he used to hug me a lot too, and he would just grope around underneath my shirt for my bra.
Why did you wait so long to tell your boss and do anything more about this?
Honestly, I was terrified of losing my job, my career. Arnie had a lot of authority at Beckville, and I knew speaking up would jeopardize everything that I'd worked so hard for. And I know that when you speak up in this industry, you will be punished. And I was. I mean, after the complaints, I was subjected to a further year of harassment and bullying. Finally, an investigator was hired by my boss, and the investigator found that I was telling the truth. And then I was forced out of my job because my boss refused to get rid of the man who was harassing me, who still works at Beckville to this day.
Okay, so to just lay this out and be clear, what is the name of your boss?
Frank Beck.
Frank Beck, and he is the owner of Beckville Woodcraft.
Yes.
Okay. How many times did you speak to Frank about this?
Over the course of a year, I spoke to him 3 times.
3 times. So we know the first time when you went, you told him about the incident, and he said he'd handle it, but that's when he told Arnie, and Arnie started to bully you.
Right.
Okay. Second time, what happened when you went to Frank?
The second time I went to him, he told me to leave it with him, that he would investigate it fully himself, and he'd get back to me. I never heard from him again.
Okay, so then the third time, what happened?
The third time, I had absolutely enough. I had been told by another employee that Arnie thought they should all take me out back after work and rape me.
To me after that to tell. No, you hit on.
I didn't talk to anybody.
You didn't tell me that.
I
Yes, you did. You should have followed up with me.
Okay.
Should you not have? No, Mike, that's too much. Should you not have followed up with me?
That, well, maybe not. I'm not sure. I never even got that far with her because she said you've done everything that you can do.
The last conversation we had was that you were going to speak to Human Resources.
And
you were going to look into this. You never talked to me about it again.
It's the only option he gave you.
Yeah, no alternative, nothing. I had no avenues to go down other than leave it in my boss's hands, and I trusted him. I shouldn't have, but I did.
If you could go back to the very beginning, the Narelle who was on the website and registering for the classes and wanting to go into the trades, what would you say to her?
Honestly, personally, I would say don't do it. Don't believe the hype. Just be prepared to fight. I went into this thinking that, we've come so far in women's rights and that I was going to ride the coattails of that and really, enjoy my career and feel some sort of job satisfaction at doing something that I love. But instead, I've just found harassment, assault, emotional abuse, financial catastrophe. I wasn't prepared for that. Nobody warned me that it was still like that.